Now, today I take Spider-Man Supreme from rank 1 to rank 5, and there are some reasons behind this. So first off, the most important reason, Alliance War defense. I needed a defender, and Spider-Man Supreme was the most fun option out of my choices. I was given the choice of like Mephisto as well, but honestly, I would much rather have Spider-Man Supreme over Mephisto as a rank 5 character, because Spider-Man Supreme is honestly an insane attacker as well. So I am pumped about this, man. Having him at rank 5, Sig 200, he is just a monster, and I'm excited for it. And additionally, he has good use on defense, because right now, he is currently on the Alliance War tactic. I think it's called Sugar Pill. So that's also a huge benefit. And I have one more defense rank up to do, and it's gonna be a rank up for sure. I want to see how y'all react to it, because it is a champion that isn't really too loved right now, and that probably gives it away, but I just can't wait for y'all to see it. But here is rank 4, and as you can see, I have a lot of tier 6 Mystic ISO. Where did I get that from, right? Because it is a ton of ISO. Well, I definitely didn't buy the ISO offer for $10. I did not do that. I'm kidding. Of course I bought it, man. I was so desperate. Look, it's a good offer when you think about it, because it gives you 300 units, which is what you usually pay $10 for, but then you get 90 ISO bricks on top of it. So I was like, you know what? This is a business expense, so let me just buy it. And yeah, it was worth it, man, because I get to rank up Spider-Man Supreme to rank 5 now. And there I run out of ISO. Somehow run out of ISO. I was like, I just bought the offer. How did I run out of ISO? But regardless, he is now rank 4, level 55. Selling this for some gold. Oh yeah, my gold is not looking too pretty either. I am just down in the dumps on my resources, which stinks, man, because I want to do so many rank ups for like Alliance War, for Battlegrounds, for content for y'all. Like, there is just too much to rank up right now. And it's a struggle, but it's also a fun grind to get those resources. And here we need to sig up Spider-Man Supreme. So I have like 180 signature stones just sitting there. So I was like, you know what? There is pretty much no better option than Spider-Man Supreme right now, because he gets a massive benefit on defense and attack for his signature ability. So what it does is, whenever his invisibility thing goes on cooldown, he gets a burst of max power, and whenever he just is in his spider totem form, he gets increased burst damage. So it is a massive help on both attack and defense. So here's the final SIGs. Sig 200 Spider-Man. He looks super cool. Like, he looks super cool with that massive PI. But now let's rank 5 this guy. Here we go. I have the Catalyst ready. I did pull a 7-star champion that really made me question this rank up, but that is for tomorrow, because yeah, that pull was one of my most wanted. You know how Terrax was one of my most wanted? This champion was probably number 2. So that was just so hype, man. I cannot wait to show y'all that too. So many videos to like make. It's insane. But anyway, but here's the final leveling. Where did that tier 6 ISO come from? I don't know. It just appeared there, to be honest. I didn't pay $10 for it or anything. That was just, it's just there somehow. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. That's probably a bug of sorts, right? Definitely didn't pay $10 for that. No, sir. Not me. Not this guy. Just kidding. I did. I bought it again. So this was a pricey rank up, to say the least. But hey, it's worth it. He'll have a ton of value for me on my account. So you know what? I would have paid $50 for this rank up. But there is a level 43. We're getting there slowly but surely. And I know what you're thinking, just sell the Cosmic ISO. Well, I can't, because my next rank up is a Cosmic character. So let that be a hint for my next rank 5 champion. But we're getting close, man. We are getting close. And then I run out of Mystic ISO. How fun is that? I bought $20 worth of ISO, and I still can't even fully level the guy. Let that show you how much ISO costs these days. But now some gameplay finally. Here we have Gladiator in the Gladiator's Gauntlet. He is the final boss of this. And Spider-Man Supreme is honestly one of the best Gladiator counters out there, because whenever Gladiator gains confidence, Spider-Man Supreme gets one of his charges for the Spider Totem. And that just makes him insane. That makes him such a fast option for this fight, because he gets his damage output pretty much instantly. So here we have the Spider Totem active. then look at this damage output, man. The Nullify is doing so much damage output. The SP2 hitting pretty hard on the red numbers. No crit, but it doesn't really matter. And he hits so hard on the basic hits too. Like, this man is just filled with damage output. His basic hits, his Nullify, his SP2, just so much damage everywhere, man. It's so good. And look at these crits, 16,000, you'll love to see it, and he is down in like 40 something seconds. Pretty great option for Gladiator. And here we have some Battlegrounds gameplay. Now this is a rank 5 Killmonger. First of all, extremely not ideal, and second of all, a ton of health as well. So this is just a really tough challenge for Spider-Man Supreme. But he just bursts this down really well. Because the prowess feed MD, which Spider-Man Supreme really loves because he gets more SP2s, which just does a ton of damage output, right? So here's the first SP2, and look at this damage output, man. Pretty nice. Really nice, actually. Like, a ton of crits, a ton of burst damage there, and then we can drop it again after this, and let's see the damage here. 10,000 on the burst, and then like what, 15,000 on the burst there as well. It's just wild, man. Then we do one more hit, we take some reverb damage, but that's fine. And that was 42 seconds for a rank 5 Killmonger. That is really good. But Spider-Man's best thing is probably his cheese. He is such a cheese king with his Blessing of the Web. Check this out, man. I can't even explain it. So I drop a heavy attack to activate the Blessing of the Web, and then what happens next is just pretty wild. So here we steal the Furies, which is amazing, like 20,000 mediums, pretty nice. And yeah, like, he just steals all the buffs. So the damage output just gets pretty absurd. So let's drop this SP2 and see how much the burst damage is. And spoiler, it's a ton. Look at that damage, man. 77,000 on that burst. It's wild. It's just so wild. 22,000 medium right there. And this fight is pretty much wrapped up. Not too shabby at all. Just an absolute cheese king. And this works with like Pierce buffs. What else does it work with? Like cruelties, precisions, you name it. He can just steal the buff and just benefit from it himself. Really nice time. And now we have this regular Mystic Lane, which he takes pretty well. Now, Spider-Man Supreme isn't a general Mystic champion. He doesn't have Nullify for other buffs. He doesn't have a Fate Seal. He has some power control, but still isn't really all that. But he still just is a great general damage dealer as a Mystic champion. Like, the way he works is he just benefits from buffs to fuel his damage. He doesn't control the buffs. He just fuels off of them to be a pretty monstrous DPS. Like, that damage output right here is honestly just absurd, and that was insane. That was like what, 34 seconds? That was just so crazy, man. Like, this dude has so much potential, it's just unreal. So Spider-Man Supreme is just a really strong character. Definitely one of the most underrated champions of 2022, and just offers a ton on both defense and attack. But let me know your thoughts on Spider-Man Supreme, and yeah, that's about it for me.